babies. Hello. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is sirenredd and you're watching sirenredd tarot. And today's reading is going to be about today's Messy Monday first and foremost. So today we're going to be finding out, what do people really think about you? So what do people really think? Like, you know what I'm saying? What do people really think? So that's what I'm going to be getting today. I'm going to be getting what do people really think about you. We're going to get down to the nitty fucking gritty. What do people really think about you? What do people really think about my client? And I want to do this reading too, because I've been feeling away. I'm feeling away because I don't know. I think I need to take me a real good social media break, because I just been feeling like, I don't know. I feel like I do so much, and I feel like I should have 100K on Instagram by now. So but I feel like I be really getting to it, but I don't feel acknowledged. Especially if y'all know about my other business, the creative business. I feel like in the community, the creative community, I'm not acknowledged how I feel that I should be, right? And I feel like I be going hard. I feel like I put my dues in as a creative, but I don't know, y'all. I just feel like it's not hitting like it should be. It's not hitting like it should be. So I don't know. Today I just was feeling away a little bit. I was like, damn, what y'all want me to do? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He was I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't good enough. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't good enough. That's how I felt. I felt like I wasn't good enough. Just to be a little transparent with y'all, I've been feeling like that lately. So I don't know. I don't know, so I don't know. But yeah, so that's how I was feeling. So I don't know. That's how I say I don't know. But I also low-key feel like that's just a whole bunch of negative energy. You get what I'm saying? Negative energy trying to get up under my skin and stuff like that, because I shouldn't feel that way, right? Because at the end of the day, only acknowledgement I should need is from spirit. But sometimes I get in my 3D, and I feel like, what was I coming in here for? I feel like what I'm doing or who I am, not even what I'm doing. I feel like who I am isn't enough sometimes. I feel like who I am isn't enough sometimes. So, with that being said, that's why I was thinking to myself, man, I'm not doing good enough. I'm not good enough. Things like that. Having little thoughts like that all day today. But I'm trying to train myself to understand, because I know about isolation and shit like that. I know about that shit. I know what's really going on. Because it's happening often. Well, not often, but it's happened before. Where when you about to go through transformations, boy, I don't know what it is with me, but spirit be like, you can't have no friends. But honestly, I also feel like that's because I'm very much easily influenced. I'm a very much easily influenced person. So I want to keep this fan on. I'm very much easily influenced. So I feel like it also may have something to do with that. Because spirit knows that I'm very easily influenced. Spirit, listen, I'm not playing these games with you, Siren. Because every time you get a boyfriend, you forget your mission. Every time you have certain people around you, they're doing something that you think that you should be doing. You're going to be doing that. You're not going to be doing what I'm supposed to do. What you're supposed to do, which is a valid statement. Which is a very valid statement. But still, that does not excuse the fact that I just want to be popular, and I feel like that stems from when I was a child. I feel like that stems from when I was a child. And I ain't had no friends, and everybody's making fun of me in high school. So I feel like that's that part that I'm working through healing on. Really not giving a fuck, but that's just where I'm at with it today. Just a little chat with y'all right quick. I'm about to get started. It's time for me to go get some more incense. So I have to go incense shopping. Yeah, I'll probably do that next week. I have to definitely go get some more incense. Go incense shopping. Because that's a certain type of incense I get. I get these really big incense from this African store in town. And I finally ran out. I had those shits for so long. I finally ran out, and I need to go get some more. Hopefully they still open because I haven't been over there in a while. I could maybe try to order off Amazon. I don't know. We're gonna see. I'll be trying to support though, but she was mad and professional last time I went in there, so we'll see. But I need the big 10-foot long incense. They last forever. Like they burn for like at least a good 30 minutes. These shit, and they leave me with a big trail of smoke. And y'all know I love smoke and fire. Like smoke and fire, really my shit. Smoke and fire, really my shit. And I also gotta buy me some Halloween candles. I have to go get me some Halloween candles because I definitely need some nice strong scented candles. What kind of candles do y'all use? I like these ones from Walmart. They like $12.99. They smell up your whole house. So let's see what people really think about you. Pile number 1. So your first card out is, this connection bores me to death. I need something more exciting. So what do people really think about you? What do people really think about you? I feel like, I don't think that people think that you're born per se. I feel like wherever you are in this world, as far as like physically, wherever you are in this world, I feel like you're probably at a place, you probably live at a place where, I don't want to say people do either. People do like mad crime. So you might be somewhere where it's like, where a lot of less fortunate people live. So they do a lot of crime, or you live somewhere where everyone is simply one way. It's simply one way, and whatever it is probably negative. I don't feel like it being somewhere positive. Like let's say that you live in a certain part of New York, and everyone is into like I'm not like talking bad about anything like that. But let's say you live in a certain part of New York, and everyone is into like scamming and stuff like that, and you're not so much into scamming, you're not so much into like doing fraudulent activities, but everyone around you is. So because you don't do it, it's like you automatically come off as a lame. Does that make sense? It's like you automatically come off as like as somebody who's a lame, and somebody who's uncool, and somebody who just doesn't get it, who's not on the wave. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like with the overall energy that I'm getting is people feel like you're basically like a goody two shoes, or like somewhat of a what we call a lame, and not because like you really are lame, but because you're just not into like what everyone else is used to. So you know how it is, especially if you're like within my community, which is the Black community. If you are different in any type of way, like let's say everyone else is doing something, if you decide that you don't want to do it, like you automatically going to be lame. I don't care like how cute you are, how pure of a heart you have, how pure of a soul you are, any of that. If you feel as though you don't want to participate in something that everybody else is participating in, everyone else is participating in, you will be seen as uncool. And I feel like that's definitely what's happening here. It's like people are seeing you as somebody who is uncool because you don't want to participate in a different activity. I definitely feel like this is something that you're not supposed to be doing anyway. So I feel like this is like something illegal, or for those of you guys that's still in school, like like skipping school or something like that, but it's something that you're not supposed to be doing anyway, and you're choosing to walk away from it. So now people are like saying you're quote unquote boring or quote unquote lame. You know what I'm saying? That's what people think. But again, this is the people that surround you. This is not like a whole overall perception. Then you have options. So what people really think about you, they really think that you're like different than them. So I see this as a positive, and I also see this as like a little bit of a negative, but not negative in the way of like, oh, you need to change yourself because they think this and this and that. I would never be on this channel and tell y'all to change anything, because really, like I always say, there are more unhealed people than there are healed people. But what I will say is I feel as though people feel like you're definitely different than them. You're definitely not the same as them. Like, they feel like a lot of people around them do the same thing, wear the same thing, go to the same places, like the same shit. But you, on the other hand, like, you're different. Like, everything about you is different. From the way you dress, from the way you talk, from the things that you do, it's just different. It just stands out. It's like being a little Uzi from Philly. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not a lot of like in New York, places like New York, you see people like Lil Uzi all the time. But when you go to Philly, but not y'all know how my stuttering, predominantly it's like a thugged out like swag more than it is like some type of alternative rock swag. So they see you as something like that. Like, they see you as somebody who stands out. That's very, 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 very different. You do have a lot of people that tend to gossip about you a lot. I feel like it's particularly around how you look. Something about some of you guys, if you're a female, like how you do your makeup and hair is like different than who you're around. So people like talk about that. I see people talking about that. You have depth. So with the depth card, what I'm seeing, what are people predominantly saying about you? I feel like people are saying that even though like you are kind of weird and you are kind of different and stuff like that, and you basically try to be your own person and stuff like that, that you still try to connect with others, you still try to fit in. So like, people say that you're really like strange, and you're really weird, and you're not easily peer pressure. You're not easily peer pressured to do things that everyone else is doing and stuff like that, and you really don't care about being cool and stuff like that. However, you still try to make an effort. It's like almost as if like I'm hearing someone say like, oh, well, this person's not cool, but I don't think they know they're not cool. And the reason why I feel like they don't know they're not cool is because they still be trying to talk to everybody. They still be trying to talk to us. They still be trying to hang out with us. They still be acting like everything all good, but it's like, but you're weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like even though you're weird, right? You don't care to like, you don't feel like that stops you from talking to people. You don't feel like that stops you from you don't feel like that stops you from talking to people. You don't feel like that stops you from entering any room that you want to. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like, yes, people feel like you're weird. Yes, people feel like you're strange, but at the same time, it's like people are not seeing that affect you. People are not seeing that affect you the way it should. Like, people feel like I would say people feel like if you're strange or whatever, right? You should feel weird. You should feel awkward. You should feel like you can't just come and talk to anyone. You should feel like strange. You get what I'm saying? Like, people feel like you should feel like you're strange. But for some reason, you just do not understand that you are different. You just do not understand that you're different. You just do not understand that you are not the same. You just do not understand. Like, you just choose to not let it affect you. Which I think is really cool. Pile number one, like, fuck them. Then you have Levy. So what people are saying is like, this reading really started to take a turn. So what people are saying is that even though you're perceived to be different, even though you're perceived to be a lame because you're not into what everybody else is into and stuff like that, you still choose to love yourself. Like, people feel like you wouldn't be somebody that they would catch saying, oh, I hate myself so much because nobody likes me or nobody wants to be my friend. Like, they can't see you saying anything like that, if that makes sense. Like, they can't see you saying anything They can't see you saying anything like that. Like they can't see you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can't see you saying anything like that. They just see that you know that you're different, and you know that you're but you still love yourself and you still accept yourself. I feel like from this, a little bit of it is like, what card should I use? A little bit of this is like, I will say jealousy. People have some jealousy towards you because they wish they could find the courage to be themselves as well, but they just feel like they just can't. They feel like they just can't, and they don't want to risk it, because I feel like this is your power where you might be a person that don't really have a lot of friends like that, or don't really like, you know, you're always complaining like, oh, I don't really have no friends, I gotta do everything by myself and stuff like that, because the things that other people are doing, like, you feel uncomfortable with, or people feel uncomfortable like hanging around you because it's just like, it's something different. People don't like what they don't understand, you get what I'm saying? Like, or sometimes they don't know how to react to stuff that's different. So just because you're doing something or you are different doesn't mean it's bad. You gotta say, it just means that people don't know how to act. It makes sense, because if somebody is constantly doing something that's the same, and they're always doing something that's the same thing, then obviously you would know how to react, because it's something that you see every single day, and it's something that people do every single day. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that makes sense to you. I really do hope that makes sense to you. But it's not your fault, baby. I will say that. It's definitely not your fault. So let's see what your advice card is. This shit fell everywhere. People be running their mouth heavy about you. It says, stick with the people who pull the magic out of you, not the madness. So Spirit wants to remind you to stick with people who allow you to act in your positive light without like disrupting your peace. So basically what they're saying is like, don't start disrupting your peace because you feel like, don't start disrupting your peace because you feel like you should be like everyone else, or you need to have friends and stuff like that. If you know the people that are quote unquote friends, quote unquote popular, or quote unquote it girls, it guys are doing stuff that you normally wouldn't do, whether that be like financially, you know what I'm saying, like, especially, that's a good one, especially like financially, with people like buying shit they can't afford, going places they can't afford, but you want to focus on other shit and stuff like that, or you feel like you don't need all this shit to be, you know, fly and all that. Just worry about yourself. Like, don't go after trying to fit into these norms and stuff like that, because what's going to happen is you're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to be depressed because you're not going to be your authentic self. Okay. But with that being said, that is your reading, pile number 1. I hope that it resonates. If it did, please let me know. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the post notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. If you are interested in a personal reading, that information description box below. If you're interested in my free reading giveaway, all you have to do is leave a red heart in the comment section below. I'll be choosing the next winner in September 1st. If you're interested in a personal reading right now, I'm having a sale for $25. You get unlimited questions for $25 for 25 minutes reading. So if you're interested in that, make sure you shop my birthday sale below, and I will see you guys in my next reading. Bye. Okay, let's see, pile number 2. I gotta find, like, I don't know, I can't wait till I get like a tarot room so I can have shelves and shit, because I feel like I don't got a space no more. So pile number 2, let's see what we got going on here. So pile number 2, what do people think about you? What do people think about my pile number 2? I have my pride and ego got hurt, so I wanted revenge, and I wanted to hurt you too. So what do people think about you? People think that you're a very vengeful person. So this could be true or this could not be true, but people think that you are somebody who is very, very, very vengeful, very, very how you say vengeful, very, very, how you say, like some of you guys might have like a Scorpio moon, because I know a Scorpio moon or a Capricorn moon or something like that, or Scorpio and Capricorn heavily in your chart. Those two types of people tend to need to seek revenge. They tend to need to seek revenge. They tend to need to feel like they have to have the upper hand all the time and things like that. And I feel like I feel as though this is what I don't want to say that you're because I'm trying to be careful with my words, because I don't necessarily think that you're evil. I don't necessarily think that at all. I don't think that you're evil at all. But what I do think is, I think that you are somebody who's going to get your look back. You definitely somebody gonna get your lick back. Like, you're gonna get your lick back. So people can play with you if they want to. People can play with you if they want to. People can try to act like they're not going to acknowledge you if they want to, or people can try to act like they're people can try to act like they're people can think that they got away with something with you, but that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Like, that's not the case at all. So I feel like you're somebody who's very patient. You know that line, I'm hearing that line from Drake where he was like, I'm patient, it's a gift. So I feel as though it's like you are, like, people feel like they don't really want to hurt you because they don't know when it's coming. They don't know how it's coming. They don't know if it's coming. But what they do know is that shit is coming. They know that you're going to do, they know that shit is coming, and they know that you're going to get your revenge somehow. They just don't know how. So a lot of people are afraid of you. I feel like a lot of people may have seen you do this to other people. Even if you haven't quite did this to them, I feel like maybe you've done this to other people. So there is people like that's gossiping like, I wouldn't mess with power number 2 man. Because you think that you want to go mess with their man or whatever, and you want to get away with it, and they're not going to do anything, and you're going to laugh. You're going to be laughing, ha ha ha, key, and all this other shit. But I'm here to tell you now, baby, you can mess with power number 1's man if you want to. You can mess with power number 1's man if you want to. You're going to get a rude awakening. You're going to get a rude awakening, and it's going to be hurtful to you. Like, it's going to be hurtful to you. You think that you're going to win? You're not going to win. You're not going to win at all. Like, that's how I keep hearing. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. Right? Then you have needs and wants. Like, people... The gossip, what people think about you is people think that you're very much sneaky, if I will. Like, you're very much a sneaky person. Like, you're not somebody that, I'm not gonna say you're not somebody that people can trust, but I want to say that you're not somebody that can be fucked with and think that you're gonna get away with it. Like, you're not somebody that somebody can like play with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not somebody that can you're not somebody that somebody can play with and then think that you're not going to do nothing. They just don't know. They just don't know why. They just don't know when. I feel like you guys look pretty innocent. So it's like, I feel like what happens is a lot of people like might tell people this, and they don't believe it at first, and then like they do something to you, and you get back at them in the most horrible, treacherous way, and then they come back to that person like, I told you so. Like, I told you. That person, they look innocent. They don't look like they would do half the shit they do. But I'm telling you right now, like, Melissa is not to be played with. You get what I'm saying? Like, you may think that you had laughing at her in the break room. Next thing you know, you fired 3 months later. You get what I'm saying? Like, Melissa is very slow, but she's very lethal. You know what I'm saying? She's slow moving, but she's very lethal. So people talk about how they gotta, people think they have to watch their back around you, watch what they say around you. And I don't even feel like, cause I feel like some people might think that you're vindictive, but like, I feel like it's not a thing of you being vindictive. I feel like for some people, like, I don't want to use the word, cause I know I got all different types of, people on my channel, but we're gonna use the word Karen. And I get that some of you guys might not agree with me using that word, but I will say the thing about Karens Karens can't mind their business. Karens can't mind their business. Karens can't mind their business. And sometimes like they get away with it because people are scared and intimidated. And I feel like you would be the type of person that's not scared, nor are you intimidated. So you're like, listen, baby, you want to play with me? Like, I don't know why you play with me, Karen. I don't know why you think that this is a game. I don't know why you think I'm a game, but I'm finna show you that I'm not a game. Like, I feel like it's something like that. I feel like it's more so that you don't feel like you need to, you don't feel like you're not afraid to stand up for yourself. And then sometimes people feel like appalled because you did stand up for yourself. Does that make sense? Like, sometimes people can feel like, oh, well, I can't believe this person. Like somebody who's, let's say you got an office tattletale and they just go around the office just making everybody's life miserable, but nobody says nothing because maybe that's the boss's daughter, or maybe they're the boss's favorite, or like maybe they're just like a Karen or whatever. They think they got some type of power. It's like when they run into you, they gonna fuck around and find out. when they run into you, they gonna fuck around and find out, because they're gonna be like, oh, well, I thought you wouldn't say nothing about me invading your personal space. I thought you wouldn't say anything about me, I thought you wouldn't say anything about me invading your personal space. I thought you wouldn't say anything about me. Oh, I thought you wouldn't say anything about me stepping over your boundaries. And you like, bitch, I don't give a fuck I don't care who you are. You're not going to sit here and mess with me in my cubicle so you can get to step it. And then they're like, their mouth was like, oh, like literally in shock that you even said anything. Like, I can't believe they even said anything. I can't believe they even said anything. Who's like, you know, who, what? Like, it's like more like that. Like, it's like people cannot believe that you even said anything in the first place, right? So yeah, so people feel like that you're definitely a fuck around. People think that you're definitely a fuck around and find out ass person. Let's get one more card. I feel like you don't look like it though. I feel like the most surprising thing to these people is that you don't really look like somebody that would do all the stuff that you did. So I feel like you guys may have had a habit of like cussing people out, or like, and not even like just because you want to cuss people out for fun, but because of people out because they think that you won't and stuff like that. And then people just be so surprised because they just can't believe it. They just cannot believe. They cannot believe that you did it. Like, they cannot believe it. You have cleansing. So what do people think about you? People are saying you real cutthroat. Like, I don't know pile number 2. Like, you is not nothing to be played with. People saying you real cutthroat, as in like, let's say somebody did try to play with you, right? It's kind of like they feel as though you aren't going to give too much of a warning. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, well, you're not going to be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm still going to be nice to you, even though, like, you hurt my feelings and all this other stuff. Like, you're not having it. You're like, okay, you want to play these games. You want to think that you can talk to me any kind of way. You want to think that you can be any kind of way and be in my life. Well, you're about to get a rude awakening. You're not going to be around me any longer. And you never really even gave any of these people a notice of like, a 2-week notice of like, oh, we're not friends anymore. Oh, we're not going to be friends anymore. Like, you literally just decided, like, you know what? I don't want to play with this. I don't like the games you play, and I don't like you anymore. So it's literally over. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's giving that type of energy. It's giving the type of energy to where you don't really care how you're leaving their life affects them, because they should never have been playing in the first place. You get what I'm saying? And people understand like that you cut people off really easily. You cut people off really easily, and you cut people off without warning. So people are like, overall, what people think about you, and they really think that you're not something to play with. So if they do come in your life, they have to be serious. They can't be on that foolery, and they have to be willing to submit to your boundaries. They have to be willing to submit to your boundaries, because you're somebody who just like commands respect. And I don't feel as though that you go around like cursing people out, or go around like being mean to people and stuff like that, and making them do what you want. But it's like your over commands respect, and they know that, and they know they have to be respected. They have to have respect to be all around. I don't think that's a bad thing though. I feel like that's a really good trait to have. And I feel like the only people who are like really scared of are people who don't respect boundaries, and they're just not used to somebody having boundaries. So that's what they're really scared of. They think they're scared of you as a person, but it's not you that they're afraid of. They're afraid of having to really respect someone's boundaries. So let's see what we got. So your advice is think twice before you give a fuck. So again, Spirit is saying that you're doing the right thing. Like, you don't need to conform to society's wanting to be, you don't need to conform to society's wanting to be people pleaser. Spirit does not want you to be a people pleaser, and Spirit wants you to continue down this path. Spirit wants you to know that most of the times, people that don't have the most friends are the realest people. People who don't have as much friends are the realest people, and that's okay. Like, just because you got a lot of friends don't mean that you really like it. Just means that you're easy to get along with. Okay. But yeah, so with that being said, that is your reading, pile number 2. I hope it resonates. If it did, please let me know. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the post notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. If you're interested in a personal reading, that information description box below. If you are interested into my personal, what the hell am I saying? If you're interested in getting a personal reading, information description box below. Right now I'm having my sale. You got unlimited questions for $25 for a 25-minute reading. So check out that my birthday sale if you're interested. There below, or you can join my Patreon where you can see all my Freaky Fridays every single Friday for $3.99. The link is in the description box below, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye.